I feel sorry for the phone dogs having to cold call clients to sell them stuff, and at the same time, I hate them. They are paid to call clients to arrange for one of the sales team to roll in and close a sale. I'm all in favour of cold calling, but I detest idiocy. The phone dogs are given sales scripts cobbled together by idiot bosses, and then the result is you feel your intelligence is being insulted by this brutal process. There are so many better ways to cold call clients. It's embarrassing. So why do they persist on doing it in this stupid way? Let's look for a more intelligent approach. Welcome back. This week's edition every Monday of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Storer, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery. My new book is out now on Amazon, Japan Business Mastery. We're bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? In this show, we are looking at the critical areas for success in business in Japan. We want to help advance everyone's thinking so we can be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Before we get into this week's topic, here's what caught my attention lately. We all grew up thinking teachers had a pretty good life. Work is over by 3 p.m. and they get months off from work during the summer holidays. How good is that? Well, of course, not in Japan. Junior high school teachers here worked the longest hours on average of all 48 OECD countries. They are putting in 56 hours per week on average, compared to the 38.3 hours average by the participants in the Teaching and Learning International Survey. Primary school teachers in Japan worked 54.4 hours per week on average. In other news, a government survey has found that 33.2% of youths and young adults in Japan do not want to study abroad. This is interesting because as the Japanese consumer population declines because of the aging society, Japanese companies must add operations based outside of Japan. These companies will desperately need more internationally minded and highly skilled speakers of English to compete internationally. Where will they come from if the young don't want to leave Japan? Finally, there is a major wealth disparity in Japan. According to the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications survey, households whose head is 60 years or older have about 24 million yen or $220,000 in savings on average. About 18% of this age group had 40 million yen or $370,000 or more in savings. 22%, however, only had 5 million yen or $46,000. Households headed by someone 29 years or younger had on average only 2.5 million yen or $23,000 in savings, and debts of 4.9 million yen or $45,000. For those between the ages of 40 and 49, the average savings were 10.2 million yen or $95,000 and had debts of 10.6 million yen or $100,000. This is episode number 104, and we are talking about hard sell hell. それでは行きましょう. So let's get going. We're going to be in your area next week. Would you be available on Tuesday or Thursday? Really? Which part of my area are you in? Are you available on Tuesday or Thursday? Wait a minute, you just said you would be in my area, so which part of my area will you be in? Akasaka. Really? That's interesting. Akasaka is a big place. Which part of Akasaka? Are you available on Tuesday or Thursday? This was an outbound investment sales call. The object was to sell me on investing my hard-earned cash in their company's investment product. By the way, this conversation carried on far beyond what I have extracted here. And because it even became even more ridiculous, if that's actually possible, I just cut it back a bit. The essence was that I didn't believe that what they were saying was true. They started with a suggestion that they would be in my area and could just drop by. They say this to appear indirect and less hard sell. However, when you push back on the validity of what they are saying, out comes the blatant hard sell, their constant annoying refrain of Tuesday or Thursday. Why would they be doing this when it was so obviously ridiculous? The answer is lack of sales skills and proper training. There is a set script in place, and I departed from the sacred text by challenging what they were saying. I did not believe that they will happen to be in my area and therefore they could just drop by. It sounded unlikely to me, so I pushed back on their basic assertion. If they wanted to see me, why not just say, we would love to visit you. Would Tuesday suit, or how about Thursday? Instead, they started with a lie, or at best, a dubious assertion that has close to zero credibility. Now, this sales call is for an investment offer where you cannot see, taste, hear, touch, or smell the product, and you won't know if it's any good for years. The trust factor on this type of sale is huge. Yet they started the proceedings with an obvious lie. How could they have done it more professionally? They don't know me and have found my address and phone number somewhere, so are trying to begin a relationship. When you are starting a relationship, you need to immediately put the other person at ease and try to build some rapport. Hello, Dr. Story. We've not met or spoken before, but my name is Taro, and I'm with XYZ Company. We exist to serve interests of highly discerning clients like yourself. Do you have a few moments to speak? Thank you. We offer information, insight, and help busy executives like yourself to better manage their wealth. Our clients often tell us they are so busy helping everyone else that they tend to sacrifice devoting enough time to their own personal wealth management. Is this the type of experience you have ever had? We may or may not have something that suits your situation, but the beauty of spending a short meeting with one of our experts is that they can at least outline some of the most successful, portfolio structures that have been working for executives similar to yourself. Are you in a position today to be able to consider investing in products which you might find attractive? Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs? No sale. Can't present the solution convincingly? No sale. Can't handle objections properly? No sale. Can't close? No sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. Are you doing business with Japan? Do you really know how things work? Japan Business Mastery provides the answers. Do you have the right networks and know how to create them? Do you know how to get on the same wavelength with Japanese buyers? Do you know what being trustworthy looks like from the Japanese perspective? Japan Business Mastery is based on more than 30 years experience in Japan and will become your go-to guide. Want to succeed in Japan? Buy Japan Business Mastery now. Welcome back. This example passage does a number of things. It flatters me that I'm discerning, checks that I have time to talk, tells me they are in the wealth advisory business. They also pick a problem that busy executives do have, and that is that others are probably not managing their own wealth sufficiently, correctly. By asking me if I have had that experience, this opens up a sufficiently broad time frame range to receive a positive yes response. By saying they may or may not have what I need comes across as balanced, consultative, and not hard sell. Referring to the best practice examples tells me they're only going to talk about things that are relevant and working well already. Checking whether I have capacity to take action will save us all a lot of time. Wealthy people don't leave their money sitting around in cash. They are leveraging it, investing it, working it. Often, as a result, they don't have any capacity to invest because they are already locked into other investments. The wealth management firm is looking for people who have not committed all of their wealth because they have recently cashed out of something, come into sources of cash, or have a high degree of liquidity to enable them to move cash around between investments. Instead, all we had here was hard sell for a Tuesday or Thursday alternative of choice, but that's a beautiful lie about the fact they're going to be in my area next week. There's no congruency between what they are selling and how they are selling it. The young woman I was talking to was calling me from a Philippines sales boiler room and was a phone dog. Her job being to call large numbers of people like me on a list and go through the script. I departed from the script and she was lost. We are all in the trust business, and so what